In this video, we are going to learn how to write equations from ordered pairs. So let's begin. So if we have a point and we're given a slope, so consider a line that has a slope of 1/3 or 1/3 and contains the point 4, 6. If we want to write an equation for that line, we know what the slope is, but we still need to find what. So remember, equations are written. We already know what the m is. The m would be 1/3. But what's the b? We have no idea. So we still need to find the b, which is the b or y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, we need to substitute all of the known values into the equation and solve in the equation y equals mx plus b, and then solve for b. So we'll take a look at some examples of that. And we're also going to look at some examples of writing equations from ordered pairs. So from two ordered pairs, start by calculating the slope. So if we're given two ordered pairs like, I don't know, 1, 2, and 5, 8, how do we write an equation? An equation from that, we need to find the slope first. And that's by calculating the the slope, which can be found by doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Then we need to choose one of the ordered pairs, one of the points, and we are going to substitute the slope and the ordered pair into our equation y equals mx plus b, then solve for the y-intercept or the b. So write an equation. We're going to do a couple of examples. Write an equation in slope-intercept form given the slope and a point in the line. So we're given a slope of 1/3 y equals mx plus b, right? And if we know the slope is 1/3, we're going to replace m with 1/3. Now, we don't know what the b is. To find the b, we are going to substitute y and x with the y and the x that they give us. Because remember, an ordered pair is just an x term and a y term. So we are going to replace y with 14 and x with 6. So y 14 equals 1/3 times 6 plus b. And then we're going to solve for this b. So let's simplify this first. 1/3 times 6 is 6, that's 2 plus b. So 14 equals 2 plus b. How do I solve for b? I just have to subtract 2 from both sides. That equals 0. 14 minus 2 is 12. So 12, b equals 12. So now we have the slope and we have the y-intercept. And so our equation should be y equals slope 1/3 x plus b, which is 12. So let's try the next one. I'm going to write it on the side this time. Slope is -5. So y equals -5 x plus b. Oh, wait, I should have replaced the y and the x. So y is -22 equals -5. X is 5 plus b. So let's simplify this first. -5 times 5 is -25 plus b. And then we have to get rid of this -25 by adding 25. That cancels. -22 plus 25 is +3. So now we have b, and we have the slope, the m. So our equation is y equals our slope, -5 x plus 3. Let's try number 3. Remember, this is x, and this is y, and our equation is y equals mx plus b. So y is 16.5. M is 1.75. X is 10 plus B. All right, 1.75 times 10 is 17.5 plus B. So I'm going to subtract 17.5 from both sides to get rid of that. And that equals -1. So B equals -1. So Y equals our slope, 1.75x, plus -1. Now, plus -1 is not a good way to write that. When you have a plus and a minus next to each other, the minus beats it out, the negative beats it out. So 1.75x minus 1 is actually the way we should probably write it. Let's do another one. So again, y equals mx plus b. This is the x, this is the y. Y is -6, m is 2/5, x is -15, plus b. So I need to be careful because my 6 looks a lot like b. So 2/5 times -15, a positive times a negative is going to equal a negative something. So multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. 2 times 15 is 30. 30 divided by 5 is 6. So -6 plus b equals -6 as well. I need to get rid of this -6 by adding 6 to both sides. Add 6 over there, and that also equals 0, or cancels out. So b equals 0. So I can say y equals slope x plus 0, but there's no reason to write the plus 0, so our equation is y equals 2/5 x. All right, now we're going to try some problems where we are given 2 points instead of the slope. So the only thing that's different is that we have to find the slope. We're not given it. So let's find the slope first. And we do that by doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this will be 0.2, this will be 0.1, and this is xy, and this is xy. So y2 is 5, y1 is 0, x2 is 1, x1 is minus -4. Minus -4 is actually plus 4. So 1 plus 4 is 5. And that's just 1. So my slope, my m, is 1. Now, I do what I did before, which is I take my slope and I put it into the equation y equals mx plus b. Now, what makes this a little bit different is I have 2 points to choose from. I could either choose -4, 0 or 1, 5. And I think I am going to choose -4, 0. Okay, so I'm going to choose this point. So y is 0 equals my slope, which is 1, x, which is -4, plus b. 1 times -4 is -4 plus b. Need to get rid of this -4, add 4 to both sides, and that equals 4. B equals 4. So now I have my slope, which is right over here. I have my y-intercept, which is, I wish I circled it better. There we go, which is 4. So my equation is y equals slope x plus b, y-intercept, which is 4. Y equals 1x plus 4, or put more simply, y equals x plus 4, because 1 times x is just x. All right, let's find the slope. And this will be 0.1, this will be 0.2. This is my x, this is my y, this is my x, this is my y. So y2 is -4 minus y1, which is -2. So minus -2 is going to be plus. Bam, bam. X2 is -4. X1 is minus 4. So, -4 plus 2 is, we have a positive and we've got a negative, so we subtract and we take the sign of the bigger number. So that's just 2 when it's -2, because the -4 was bigger than 2. And -4 over -4 is -8. I can simplify that into a negative divided by negative is a positive. So I could basically cancel out the negatives, and 2 over 4 can be reduced to 1 over 4. You can also turn that into a decimal, which is 0.25. Either one is fine. So that is our slope. Let's find our y-intercept. Remember, let's do y equals mx plus b. Which point do I want to use? I think I'm going to choose this one right here. So y is -2 equals m, which is 1/4, x, which is 4, plus b. So 1/4 is just, well, let's simplify this. 1/4 times 4 is 1 plus b. And then now I have to get rid of this 1, so subtract 1 from both sides. -2, -1 is -3, so b equals -3. So my equation is going to be y equals slope 1/4 x plus -3, which is just -3. You could have also written down y equals 0.25 x minus 3, and that's also correct. Let's try number 7. My slope, let's make this point 2 and make this point 1. This is x, y, x, y. So y2 is 5 minus -2, which is basically 5 plus 2. -3, x2 minus x1. Negative, that means plus. So 5 plus 2 is 7. -3 plus 4 is, that's 4 minus 3 basically, which is 1. So my slope is 7. Y equals mx plus b. Which point do I want to use? I'm going to go ahead and choose the second one because it's got fewer negatives, and I hate dealing with negatives. So y is 5, m is 7, x is -3, b is just b. So let's simplify this. 7 times -3 is -21 plus b. Add 21 to both sides to cancel that out. And that equals 26. So b equals 26. So let's write the equation. Y equals slope x plus 26. All right, let's try number, let's try the next one. Number 8. So we have, oops, our 2 points. Let's call this point 1. Let's call that point 2. That's x, y, x, and y. Yeah. And let's find the slope. y2 is 36. 36 minus -24. So I just add those two because minus negative. And then I have -3 minus 2. 36, 24, if I add those two, I get 50, 60. 60 over -5, which can be reduced to just -12. That's going to be my slope. All right, let's do y equals mx plus b now. Which point do I want to use? Let's go ahead and use this point, I suppose. Why not? Y is 36 equals m, which is -12, x, which is -3, plus b. -12 times -3 is positive 36. So 36 equals 36 plus b. Subtract 36 from both sides. And I end up with 0 for my b. So y equals slope x plus 0. And that's better written as y equals -12x because the plus 0 doesn't actually do anything for us. Let's try number 9. Again, let's find slope. This will be point 1, this will be point 2. Now, which one is point 1 and point 2 actually doesn't really matter. I can make the first, I can make this point 2 and this point 1, and it really doesn't matter. I'll still get the same answer. But y2 is 15 minus y1, which is 10. And then x2 is 6, x1 is 3. 15 minus 10 is 5, 6 minus 3 is 3. That's my slope. Let's do, so y, let's go with these numbers because they're smaller. y is 10, equals m, which is 5 over 3, x, which is 3, plus b. 5/3 times 3 is actually just 5. You could just, multiply by the top and divide by the bottom. 5 times 3 is 15, divided by 3 is 5. Now I have to get the b by itself by subtracting 5 from both sides. That cancels. You're left with 5. So b equals 5. So our equation is y equals slope x plus y-intercept, which is 5. One more of these kinds of problems. We are going to make this point 1. We're going to make this point number 2. This is the x, this is the y, this is the x, this is the y. So y2 is negative 38 minus y1, which is negative 14, so minus negative, which is positive, basically. x2 is 5, x1 is 2. So negative 38 plus 14. Basically, you subtract and you take the sign of the bigger number, so it should be a negative number. So 38 minus 14, I'm going to calculator that just because I'm afraid of doing it wrong. That's negative 24. 5 minus 2 is just 3. And I can simplify this. 24 divided by 3, that is 8. And it's a negative, so it's negative 8 is my slope. All right, let's do y equals mx plus b now. Which point do I want to use? Let's use this point because the numbers are smaller. Y is negative 14 equals negative 8, which is m. X is 2 plus b. Negative 8 times 2 is negative 16. Negative 16 plus b. I need to get b by itself, so add 16 to both sides. Looks like that cancels. That equals 2, so b equals 2. So our answer should be y equals mx plus b, which is 2. All right. Let's do some word problems now, or a word problem. At a local pizza shop, customers pay a set price for a large pizza, plus an additional charge per topping order. A large pizza with 2 toppings would cost $13.50, and a large pizza with 5 toppings would cost $15.75. What 2 ordered pairs could you make out of this situation? So, let's see. You are comparing 2 different numbers. We have the topping number and the price, and then we have another topping number, 5 and $15.75. So what we can say is that the cost of the pizza depends on the topping. So this could be our y because it depends on the topping, and this could be our second y, and that can be our other x. So 2 toppings get you $13.50. 5, x2, y2. So my 2 ordered pairs would be 2 toppings is $13.50, 13.5, or 13.50. My other ordered pair is 5 toppings and $15.75, or 15.75. Write an equation for this situation using the ordered pairs. All right, so we have 2 ordered pairs. We need to write an equation, so we need to find the slope and then find the y-intercept. So let's, again, this will be this will be number 1, this will be 2, this is xy, and this will be xy as well. So y2 is 15.75 minus y1, which is 13.5, over x2, which is 5, x1 is 2. So 15.75 minus 13.5, that equals 225. 5 minus 2 is 3. So that is, if I divide that, which I will, just to get a simpler number, I get 0.75. So that's my slope. Or I could have had this as my slope, but I prefer just 0.75. All right, now that I have my slope, I need my y-intercept. So I start by doing y equals mx plus b. And which point do I want to use? Do I want to use the 2 and 13.5, or 5 and 15.75, I will go with the first point. So y is going to be 13.5. M is 0.75. X is 2 plus b. So let's simplify. 0.75 times 2 is, that's $1.50, 1.5. So 13.5 equals 1.5 plus b. Get the b by itself by subtracting 1.5. That cancels. That equals 12. So b equals 12. So my equation would be y equals 0.75 x plus 12. And what this means is that the pizza costs 12, and then it's 75% per topping. And that's my equation. So it's a lot of work. Go ahead and try answering some of those problems on your own. Good